Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the four remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take Two Radio, and thanks for listening.
Hey, welcome to Take Two Radio Soaps and Review. I'm David, your acting host for tonight. Our supervisor, Pam, is resting comfortably at home from an illness. Miss Carolyn is still celebrating the holiday with her family. I swear they stay throughout the whole holiday. And Sir Anthony is running behind, but he should be joining us later on. But tonight, for now, it's just Candice and me.
Hey, everybody.
And we're going to shoot our mouths off.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I don't know if you all know, but if you heard Candice last night on Periscope, you've known that soap Twitter has died down a little bit because I haven't heard much of anything.
Well, the night is still young. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I mean, if something could happen between now and Sunday, because that seems to be.
Yeah, it could.
You know, you got to have the Friday like cliffhanger of soap. You know, and you brought this up, David. I wasn't going to talk about it, everybody, but I'm going to just say this. You know, I think, you know, in 2019, if we're going to be real, I mean, with the 4 remaining soaps, you know, it's nice that we all support these shows. And as well as we should, you know, because, you know, and all of them, so far we know Days has been renewed. Congratulations to Days. Young and the Restless, Bold, I think there is going into, I think they actually got renewed for 2021. Don't quote me on that. But there's some, you know, upcoming renewals coming up. However, the one thing about us soap fans is, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The one thing about us soap fans is we're very passionate, and you don't want to cross a soap fan, especially if, you know, on the show, we know the show history, we know the show characters, we pretty much know everything about the show, okay? Now, with that being said, we also can disagree to agree and agree to disagree. It's human nature, folks. We all don't like the same storylines, couples, characters. Heck, sometimes we don't like the same show. I'm just saying. But that's our right as a soap fan. Now, earlier this week, there was a situation, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard about it. You've seen it. We retweeted, you know, people retweeted it. You know what happened, where a certain actor, I don't know if we can say that certain actor's name, but it's a certain actor, an Emmy Award winner who recently celebrated an anniversary. He was on General Hospital. There you go, I said it. And a fan. Here's the thing. Again, like I said, if you're a soap fan, you have the right to tweet out your opinion about the show, character, couple, whatnot, as long as you do it in a reasonable manner. Now, me, Anthony, David, Pam, all of us, and, you know, Caroline have all come on here and we talked to you about how to operate Twitter. In other words, don't be nasty towards other people. Everybody has an opinion. It's a free country, okay? And you don't have to do bullying. We talked about this earlier this year about people, you know, Guys, it's a fictional show. It's not real life. There is stuff going on in the world right now that is far more important than, these little fan wars. However, with that being said, again, if you're going to tweet, make sure you take the actors' names out of it. Because if you're going to, right, well, not even that, but if you are going to tweet, when you retweet, retweet with a comment or comment below and everything, it has the actor's name. You actually can take the actors' names out, especially if you don't want, this is what I always say is when people do it and they do it for a negative response, you know that somebody's going to clap back. What happened earlier this week was, it was kind of messed up because the fan was just saying and just speaking on their opinion of how they felt about the character. The actor that we're talking about literally was going back and forth until they had said, don't mess with their character's fan base, Little Mosquito and all that, or else they will clap back. Listen, and I really went off on Periscope when I said this. It goes both ways with soap Twitter, okay? We fans have a responsibility, but so does the actors. This is not the first time an actor has done this on soap Twitter, and it's kind of sad because, especially if you earlier this year was promoting and saying stop the bullying on social media, and now you're kind of engaged in it. There was a lot of other things like, there was more than one actor that was tagged in the tweet. So it was like, okay, nobody else said anything because they have a responsibility as actors towards the show. When you do, here's the thing: these actors, and I say this even with us, okay, we like David and myself, along with Pam, Caroline, and Anthony, we represent a brand. We represent Take Two Radio, okay, and we have to. Even though we're on Twitter and Periscope and stuff, we can speak our minds, but also we have to be mindful that we are representing a brand. It goes with the actors on these shows. Yes, they have their personal Twitter accounts, and that's fine. But at the same time, you're representing a show. You're representing a network. You're representing a fan base. I personally didn't like what I had saw, but I also say this too, is that it went both ways. The actor in question shouldn't have even tweeted back. You don't, even if unless the fan was threatening the actor or saying, nasty, harsh, stuff to the actor, then yeah. But it was about a character. And I think, we so fans, like I said, we can dish it out about these. Look, there's like a list of characters I don't really like, but I respect the actors. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I must say this, is that this could have been avoided if, and here's the thing, okay, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who I'm talking about, but it was General Hospital. General Hospital and Frank Valentine does tweet out the actors' names when they do their description of the shows.
They do, yes.
And that kind of causes, fans, everybody's going to comment, especially if they don't like the storyline or whatnot. My thing is, and a lot of people have said it, is that they need to stop doing that. Young and the Restless, Bold, Days doesn't really do that. They'll promote, they'll talk about the description, but they don't tag the actors in the description of the show. Unlike, so like I said, here's the thing. Yes, the actor shouldn't have clapped back. The fan had a right to say what they had to say. However, I feel as though the GHPR people needs to take the actors' names out. because it goes both ways. I mean, I'm just being real for a second. You guys know that. I think they need to do, because then that way fans can still dish their opinions without having the actors tagged in it for the actors to see. And, you know, and I can't imagine, I always say this, if you're in this acting world, you have to have tough skin. Because if you don't have tough skin, then, yeah, social media will eat you alive. I mean, Peter Bergman said it best. Don't pay attention to social media. However, you can't escape social media. So that's all I got.
I wasn't aware who it was. I wasn't aware who it was. I never saw it, but I think you showed me later.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to say this too. And here's another thing too, because I know somebody, because another show had this where somebody actually, you know, look, I'm just going to say this on both on the side of the actors. Don't be, how can I say this? Again, we soap fans are very passionate. We love the genre. We respect the genre. But like I said, we're very opinionated. And if you can't handle that, then I don't know what to tell you. And the flip side is us fans, we're our own worst enemies when it comes down to shows, to soaps, couples, and everything. Yeah. But just be mindful and respectful of what you say. And if you're going to say something nasty and whatnot, don't tag the actors. Don't tag them at all. You can say hashtag YNR such and such without tagging anybody. Such and such, oh my God, I can't stand the way that they're doing this scene. Da 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 da. Okay, you aired out your opinion. Keep it moving. If it feels good for your soul, don't tag nobody though, unless you want a clap back. Unless you want them to comment back to you, and then y'all go back and forth, and then everybody's gonna retweet, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, girl, no, you didn't. Oh my gosh, you can't clap back at Eric Braeden," because I'm just using Eric as an example. Don't do that. Oh, my gosh, why would you do that? And no, you do not want, no, trust me, because Eric Braeden will eat you alive. I'm just saying.
Yeah, more or less.
So that's my thing for tonight is soap Twitter is like the best soap opera, but just be careful what you do.
How you use it.
Don't bully anybody. Yeah, know how to use it. It's enjoyable. It's fun. But like I said, it goes both ways. Fans and actors don't resolve to don't go and bully people because no, we got enough of that in the world right now. No.
But don't you feel like even hashtagging it would all link back to them anyway, and they might find it?
No, because if you're, I mean, here's the thing. And I mean, yeah, because you have some people who will actually go into the search engines to find if anybody is talking about them. But, again, I mean, if you hashtag, at least, I mean, I hashtag, you know, but I'm also mindful of how to say it. Because, again, if you hashtag, at least everybody, you know, if it's about that show, then, yeah, you have a right to have that opinion. I mean, it's now going to the point, like I just said, when people are searching to see if they're talking about you. And I'm like, wow, okay. You know, it's like we can't have an opinion about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, everybody has an opinion about, like, the last, last week's ratings or this week's ratings that came out. And, you know, I saw some people hashtagging that's a certain show and saying, gee, without these people, the ratings have gone up. And without tagging anybody, and other people of that particular show was like, yeah, you know, and then it's the way you do it. Because if you just constantly hashtag, if you constantly hashtag, I mean, like I said, you can have your opinion. Do it respectfully. Do it, you know, without being such a bully about it, and you're good. I mean, it's Twitter. I mean, it's Twitter. It's Twitter, Facebook, Insta. I guess, well, Periscope doesn't count because they see me, so y'all see my face every single freaking day. You're
going to see it.
No filters anymore. Yeah, you're going to see it. You know it's me. Like, oh, yeah, Candice
You're going to see it. It's Candice. And one thing that I wanted to get out, I want to get out, what I see out there, well, you see posts, and I'm going to incite people's fury once they hear what I have to say. But this, I see posts out there saying, well, these writers have to go. These writers have to go. And or they'll say, oh, look, we had a change in these writers. And let me clarify for you guys. Listen, the one show that we're talking about that recently hit number 1, all right, there wasn't, I don't know what writers you are referring to, but there has been one retirement and one promotion. The rest of the writers remain the same.
And they're up for a Writers Guild Award, too. And we want to, by the way, we do want to congratulate the writing team of Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital for their 2020 Writers Guild Awards nomination, which they get that January, February of next year. And I'm confused, too, you guys, because I'm like, what happened to Bold? If any show really, I mean, I feel as though that's kind of a slap. I mean, look, I have some.
Bold didn't get one.
Nope.
We didn't get one for Bold?
We didn't get one for Bold. Nope. Which I'm scratching my head about because I think, was it last year, GH automatically got it because nobody else submitted, I think, or maybe it was the year before. But it's always usually 2 of the daytime dramas. But when I saw because I'm an awards person, you guys, no. When I saw GH, I was like, oh, okay, Days of Our Lives, what? Young and the Restless, what? I was like, oh my God, Bold and Beautiful, and they didn't do Bold, and I was like, if anything, Bold should have. I mean, I think all 4 soaps should have gotten recognized. But, yeah.
Unless they didn't submit.
Yeah. You know what? I'm kind of saying they did because all 4, I mean, if Bo didn't submit, then that would have been kind of like, But for the other 4, I just feel as though we're down to 4. If it's something for soaps, all 4 should be just automatically in. It's sort of like the daytime Emmys. Yeah. And see, Bold had really good material this year to submit. I'm just saying. If anything, they should submit. You know what? Can we get Bradley Bell on the show? We need to talk. We need to talk to him. I'm so
on our show.
What? Yeah.
He said, "Wish I had connections."
Yeah, we need to figure this out. Like, why wasn't Bold? But I mean, but again, congratulations to them. But yeah, David. I mean, I see those posts all the time too. I'm like, okay, and the sad truth is, okay, this is a moment of the reality of the soap genre. Sadly, it's like a hamster wheel. Okay, the soap genre. And by that, we mean that it's been the same people in the industry that's been in the industry for like 20 plus years that's still at these shows. I mean, God bless them. But it's like all right, I'm going to just take Young and the Restless because Young and the Restless is on number 6 right now. In the last couple of years, we've been at, 6 head writers, various head writers, and executive producers, okay? Boy. And yeah, right? I know. It sounds, when you sit down and you think about it, and you just think about the years, and it's like, dang, wait a minute, each year there's been, a different person at the helm. And I see people saying, they want Josh out, okay? And then there was this rumor on Twitter, I don't know if you saw it, Dave, that Steve Kent allegedly had a meeting with Dina Higley, who used to run Days of Our
that's
Lives.
when I asked
Y'all know, right.
That's
so,
when I asked you. I saw that.
And here's the reality. The reality is when she left Days of Our Lives, so many people said she's coming to Young and the Restless. Because reality, this is real talk here. When one person leaves a show, whether it's a writer, executive, director, 9 times out of 10 within the next 3 months, they're going to be on the other show. And that is where there's becoming an issue. I can go down the list right now of so many people that I wish would come back to this genre that own daytime. The number one person on everybody's lips was Wendy Rich. God bless that woman.
I remember that.
And if y'all don't know who Wendy Rich is, if you don't know who Wendy Rich is, all I gotta say is go on YouTube.
Robin and Stone. We can go from there. We can go from Emily Elizabeth, Rape, the revisit of Luke and Laura. Just the 90s was her. That was her era. And, now she's on the Bay. Hi, Wendy. But she's one of the people, that, God, if she came back to daytime, oh, my gosh, I would probably pass out crying. The thing is, like I said, it's a hamster wheel of people who's been in this industry who recycles a lot. Look, this genre is about recycled storylines, but it's the way you can do it. There's only been 3 people, and I think I said this last night on Periscope, that's come into this genre to try to change it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit, as I would like to say. The first person who's still in the game is Ron Carter. Yeah, is Ron Carter-Vati. Here's the thing. As the last graduate of the Agnes Nixon School of Writing, and I always call it that because, Ron worked with Agnes over One Life. He saw what Agnes did for this genre. Agnes Nixon is the mother of social issues. Ron is living life right now. He sees what's going on in the world. He's combining real world with real world, okay? And look at what he's done. He has there's other people on the writing team of Days, but he has taken Days to a point where people are running to watch it on television, on demand, on NBC.com. Days single-handedly in the last 2 years has become that soap that is like, oh, my God, did you watch that today? Like, oh, my God, I can't believe what's going on. Oh, my God. He is making Days hot property. And if you don't believe me, even though the ratings hasn't shown it, you go on social media right now. People are talking about Days. And not only that, they won an Emmy for Best Show. Yeah. And
they won for Best. Days has become that soap that whether if you're watching all 4 soaps, Days is your must see right now. And if you're not watching Days, you have people who's telling you to watch Days, like David. You need to watch Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
It's changing lives right now. Days is so good right now. Days is breaking out of the mold too. The second person who passed away early this year, and I still can't believe it, is Hogan Shepard, who was the head writer. Hogan, thank you. He was on Aswell Times. He also did, he was over in Days for a little bit. He was over on Young and the Restless as well. This is a man who literally did not watch soap operas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing because I think this is like one of those stories that is just like.
It's one of those. It is one of those stories.
It is one of those. But the way I'm going to set it up. Well, the way I'm going to set it up is that if it was happening in 2018 or 2019, the way that social media is, this would have been like Like, or part, like, what do you mean he didn't know nothing about a soap opera? Pretty much Procter & Gamble gave him two options, John Light or Aswell Turns. Which one you want to work at? That's unprecedented. You never hear anybody else say that.
Are you serious?
Soap world. Like, okay, yeah.
I never knew that.
He said in the interview, he said that Procter & Gamble and CBS had said, well, which soap, would you like to, do? And he said, I never watched neither one of them, so he picked Aswell Turns. This is round two, the 99-2000 era, when Aswell Turns seriously was a snore fest. And I love John Light and Aswell Turns. Y'all know that. But I will admit that was the year because, that was Aswell Turns was that year they were coming off of the Another World transplant. That's what I called it. Because Another World, transplanted into Oakdale and nobody was feeling it. But Hogan came over there. Yeah. Hogan came in, he switched up. He gave us Rose. He gave us Lillian Rose. Paul. He livened that show up. Yes. Son, Katie. Oh, my gosh. Henry. He literally put
Barbara full of flames and with a gothic face.
Jumping out the window. Yup. He literally changed Aswell Turns. And, yes, he even did some things on Young and the Restless. And sadly, a lot of people was, like, turning their nose up at him because when he said he didn't know anything about this genre, they were like, then what are you doing running a soap opera? Well, that's because at that time, new blood was needed. The final person, the most controversial person to go over to Young and the Restless was Mal Young.
Yes.
Like I said, when he first...
There's nothing wrong with Mal. It's just he took chances, and he gambled.
Well, another thing, too, is, here's the thing. Most of us soap fans who watches Young and the Restless, Bold, and Days, we also watch I can speak for myself. You guys know I watch digital series like Anacostia, Ladies of the Lake, The Bay. I watch also over the sea soaps like Hollyoaks, Home and Away, and Emmerdale, stuff like that. The digital and overseas shows take so many chances that it makes the four soaps, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it makes they make them look so like fake. In a sense that, David, you and me, we remember the soaps from like the 80s and 90s when the soaps took chances, and they was
they had time.
Right, like they were doing things that nighttime shows were afraid to do. Like daytime was literally, the phrase was, daytime is where it's at, and if you're not watching, you need to. And now it's kind of like, are y'all afraid to do it? So with Mal, because he was over on Hollyoaks and overseas and stuff, so I knew what he could do. And I remember when Mal Young was named head writer, I said, and I quoted from myself, Young and the Restless fans are not ready for what he's going to do to that show, his ideas. And the thing is that he did take chances. Some worked and some didn't. And I think that said a lot about us daytime fans. I made a statement saying that we have been conditioned to do the Who's Your Daddy storylines, the cheating storylines, the love triangle storylines, instead of really engaging in bigger storylines, like a character coming back and not being the same person he was 5 years ago. Death happens. There were so many. I see what a lot of people were saying when he came over, and I saw what he was trying to do. It's just right now with this genre, I feel as though there's so much more. And as we head into the new year, I'm hoping all four shows can grow and move forward. Yeah. This year they kind of did it. And then some of them scaled back. But I can't. I'm actually getting excited because I see possibilities. Young and the Restless, we need to talk later, though. But the other shows, I see possibilities for. So, there you go. Yep.
There we have it. That's our commentary for tonight.
There you go. Everybody, good night. So, all right. So, what soap you want to talk about? I'm game.
Okay. Why don't we start off in Los Angeles, in the fashion world?
Oh, okay. Bold and Beautiful. Oh, man. Well,
what do we have?
There's some movement. So we
got a divorce in progress.
Again. Here's the thing. Brooke and Ridge and Brooke, Bridge, as they like to say, Bridge, Destiny forever. I must say, this feels different. I know I joke about this all the time, but it did feel different because it's not about them per se. It's more so of the children. It's the children now. It is now lead up all this stuff that has gone on for years regarding their children and their actions and certain things. This is what has caused, in my opinion, the split. Is that it's different parenting skills, if you must say. You know, you have Hope, you have Brooke, who she's protecting Hope, and at the same time, she's trying to let Ridge see that, hello, your child is a little crazy. And Ridge is like, no, not everything is about you. And Thomas, he may need help, and that's because of me and my mistakes. But you can't say that, Brooke. So, yeah, I kind of, but Thorsten and Catherine has been given some amazing work. So, I do feel a little different about it, yeah. And then you have Ridge being a hypocrite and kissing with Shauna, which Thomas is happy about.
Yeah. He can't. Well, I don't know. I think there's a part of me that says he wants to change for the better, and there's another part of me that says he doesn't care to change for the better. So
Thomas doesn't care.
You don't think he cares?
I mean, here's the thing. I think Thomas is. You think he does?
Well, I know he wants this divorce.
Oh yeah, Thomas is like captain of Team Divorce.
Yeah.
When Ridge said it, yeah, he's like, give me a D, give me an I, give me a V, O R C E. But that's so divorce. Like if he could, he would probably do that, folks. You know what? I think Thomas is trying. Okay, I will say this. I think Thomas is acting like he wants to be better for the sake of Hope.
Right.
But I think he is still the same schemer. Like, he's scheming. He is so scheming. And the thing is that I like it. I know so many people like, Thomas was never like this. And I'm like, are you watching the same show? Because I remember Thomas trying to burn down the house.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm just, right. So I'm enjoying the scheming of Thomas, but I want to know from you, David, because Ridge made a comment of saying that he wants Thomas and Steffi to work together because they're family. Do you think, because you also know Steffi kind of still wants Liam too, do you think Steffi's going to be so, okay, let me see how I'm going to word this. Do you think Steffi will accept and adapt to Thomas once and if the truth comes out about what he did to Liam. And by that, I mean, remember, he drugged Liam, and that eventually made Liam and Stuffy sleep together, which caused Stuffy to think that Liam and her had another chance, or should have another chance.
I think she'll be different. I don't think she'll be so. I don't think she'll accept him if she found that part out. No, she's barely on the fence now.
Mhm. I'm just curious if I wonder if they're going to even I would suspect they would address that of what Thomas did to Liam. Only reason is because I feel as though everything that Thomas has done needs to be already laid out on the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we already know what he did, to Hope when he said he felt, now what it's like to keep a secret and be afraid of, the consequences when we believe that Thomas was dead, even though we kind of knew he wasn't. But okay. So now you have the sister. Like, I feel as though we've seen the Hope side of it. I just would like to see more of the Stuffy stuff. Because to me, when I'm watching Stuffy, I'm like, okay, even though you ain't forget, you said you weren't going to do A, B, C, and D, you're doing A, B, C. Like, you're talking to Thomas for the sake of Ridge. You're going to work this guy. It's like, all right, this man also kept the secret from you. And, okay, I'm just like, wow, okay. Like, the only thing y'all got in common is taking down the Logans, which I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, all right, okay. Whatever. So, yeah. But I was just wondering about that because I know some other people have said that too. They're wondering how Stuffy will react to that if that does come out. Especially, I would love to see. I know if when Liam finds out, he's going to punch him. So I already no doubt Liam's going to go after him. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill goes after him too.
And maybe Wyatt.
Yeah, well, Wyatt, let's see. Wyatt needs to, well, you know what? See, you brought up Wyatt. I think Wyatt has his own issues to worry about right now.
Yeah, he does.
Because, okay, can we talk about this whole Sally Liam thing? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Wyatt and Sally, are getting married, Microsoft. But at the same time, like Sally has said, have you completely, forgot, about Flo? Flo is somewhere in the world. I really don't want her to come back, but apparently she is coming back soon. So, Wyatt, who, as we all know, was yin yang, just like every other man on Bold and Beautiful, yin yang between two women. I didn't think Wyatt would be like that, but oh well. So, again, if you go back, he's like, well, Flo is my friend, and Flo didn't mean this. And Sally's like, well, how would you act if, da-da-da-da. So, long story short, they kissed, and Sally said Liam's name. And at first we thought, oh, this is like, like, oh, now why, But apparently that was a real situation of Sally saying Liam's name. So
I wonder if it was just a typo or.
I wonder, but knowing this show, I'm like, okay, because to me that came out of left field. I mean, yeah, we all remember. Was it been 2 years now when Sally kissed Liam and Liam kept the secret from Steffi, which caused Steffi to sleep with Bill, which caused, us to wonder if baby Kelly is really Bill's or Liam's or whatnot. But I was like, wait a minute, okay, I see what Bold is doing, And I'm kind of wondering, are they going to, in 2020, going to go down the Liam and Sally road?
Huh. Well, let me
Which
see.
would make
Sally's
no sense to
gonna
me
be
at all.
working with Steffi.
Right. And right. I'm just thinking because the way I'm seeing it, and David, I don't know if you're taking notice here, but I'm seeing some chemistry. Well, I mean, I already had saw it, but they're really playing up Hope and Thomas.
They are. I see that.
And, right. And then I was thinking, okay, with Flo returning, and you have Sally and Wyatt in their state right now, are they going to go ahead with Wyatt and Flo, which means Steffi will be without a man unless they go ahead with and I'm going to, I'm going to call it. In 2020, I think Bold and Beautiful is going to do Sally, Liam, and Steffi. Because if Steffi and Sally are working together, and Liam, I don't know how or, but I just have a feeling they're going to try to revisit Sally and say that Sally had lingering, deep feelings for Liam that we didn't know about. When it should have been really Thomas, but that's another story for another day. Yeah. But Thomas has he's working on Hope, but I also feel bad for Zoe. Yeah. They kind of dropped it. Unless they're going to use her as I wonder if she's going to be a pawn.
Tool?
Yeah. I wonder if she's going to still blow up Force of Creations because, that's been my end game for her. Just blow it up. No, I mean, I just would love to see her do that. I mean, I always said that Zoe should have been like a modern day Kimberlyn Shaw from Merrill's Place, and just blow up Force of Creation. And you know what? I did put this in existence. I did say it should be doing a fashion show, and somebody crosses Zoe, and Zoe just snaps and blows up Force of Creation.
Oh God, that would.
That would be on a cliffhanger Friday, unless the people here and take it off. I mean, no, Bold hasn't done that in a while. They haven't really done a major
catastrophe.
The last shocker. Yeah, Bold usually does something. But that would be I don't know.
Bill blowing up
that would
Spectre Fashions. That was probably the last one.
Yeah. I would love to see, I don't know why, I would love to see Force of Creations get blown up. I don't know where that comes from, you guys. I'm sorry. Blow it up,
I guess
blow it up.
It comes from Melrose Place frenzy.
It does. That, and because, the last time that they did, I'm really trying to think for a fashion show, something that'd be jaw-dropping, people talking about it. I still go to when Brooke unveiled Brooke's bedroom line at the fashion show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
something
right. Yeah, something, I could see something happening at the next Force of Creations fashion show. I guess they're going to go, and Steffi, you need to stop trying to be like other people and come up with your own creations. Sorry. I might be Team Hope on this, even though I don't like the outfits, but I think they're cute.
They're nice.
They're nice.
They're nice.
Yeah. I would rock the outfit. I would, but it would be my top pick. It would be casual day for me if I wore one of Hope's collections with the ruffles and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be.
That
would be something.
Right. So, do you think Sean and Ridge have a chance? You think they're going to make it to Valentine's Day? Shauna and Ridge?
I don't know. I think he's going to be fighting it. He's still got Brooke on his mind. But I think she's going to do her best. I don't know. And if you got Quinn cheerleading.
Which, I don't even get that. I'm like, Quinn, it wasn't too long ago that you was kissing Ridge, too. So, I don't get it. Like, you're sis bombing over somebody who's kind of messed up a family. Like, I don't know I really don't know that's probably my gripe of the year. What have they done to Quinn?
You mean she's been a little milk toast?
Like, they declawed her. She had claws.
Her.
They declawed Quinn.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know this Quinn. She's like
the only time. When was the last time you seen those claws come out with her and Sally?
No, last year when her and Sheila, was it last year with Sheila and her? And last year when we started to kill Katie. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah,
I feel as though.
Yeah, that's the year before, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, look. At this point, I would say, here's the thing, Bold. Listen to us here. Take two. Listen, Claire. Just listen, okay? I'm just gonna put this out there in the world too. I would like to see Thomas and Shauna, and the reason is because I mean, yeah, we got Thomas and Hope, but I can see Thomas and Shauna kind of working together. Like, you know, Thomas wants Shauna to make a play for Ridge. At the same time, I feel as though there's going to be some business and pleasure mixing in each other's orbit. So I can see where there's like a one night thing happening. It's not going to be like a whole, I can see that. And Bold and Beautiful, if you love me, and if you love Take Two and you love the Soap fans, you know by now that one of the most popular couples that some fans actually said that wasn't bad was Quinn and Liam. Even though the storyline involving Liam and Quinn was kind of in it. Look, we said what we said. Quinn did take advantage of somebody who did not have that memory. However, Scott Clifton and Brenda Topher had amazing chemistry. So, Bold and Beautiful is known to do things outside of the box that cause people to talk. Why not? Look, here's the thing. If Brooke is alone right now, because this week I also saw a couple that I still have a soft spot for Brooke and Eric. I think John McCook and Catherine Kelly Lane have great chemistry too.
And they're vets.
Right. And not only that, but Brooke and Eric has had each other's backs for so long. Like, Eric knows Brooke's mistakes, achievements. Brooke also knows Eric's achievements and, failures. I wouldn't mind if, I said this earlier this year, I thought they were going to do it, is to have Brooke and Eric, again, and have, Brooke's picture on the mantle, have her. I mean, really, Brooke is the matriarch of the Forsters. She is. I mean, say what you want. People said Shauna is the new Brooke and Brooke is the new Stephanie, which I agree with. I think Stephanie's imprint is on Taylor, Brooke, and Steffi. Even Hope, too. But I just would love to see if the destiny doesn't match, then fate steps in. That's what I call Eric and Brooke sometimes, is fate. Because they get each other. Yeah.
They
so
get
if
each other.
Destiny doesn't work, so that's why I said, like, Destiny, because that's what Brooke and Ridge are, right? Destiny, right? Then fate.
Brooke and Ridge are
needs
Destiny.
To work out. Yeah, Destiny forever, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. But other than that, I mean, that's Bold and Beautiful in a nutshell. You got Hope, Thomas, Wyatt, Sally, Liam, the babies, the cutest kids on Sorry, the cutest kids. Seriously, those babies are cute.
Yeah.
So that's
They
it.
are. Oh,
no
and,
Rick,
and
no Maya.
Katie, we have to see more Katie.
2020, Katie better not have another broken bone. Her heart, her liver, her kidney, her brains better be working, because at this point, that's something else I don't get. Bold and Beautiful, you have Heather, Rick and Tom, Don Diamond on your show, and nothing. I mean, Liam's back at Spencer Publications. Yay.
Yay.
But nothing. And I get it, because Heather Tom was directing. I know she's like doing her directing, but seriously, that's my other pet peeve of Bold and Beautiful. Whenever we do the best, if we ever do a best and worst, that is my worst.
Yeah.
Is that Bold? You couldn't have a story for Heather Tom and Don Diamond at all. I mean, you had story, but it wasn't. It was.
We got to see more continuation from the kidney donor.
Yeah.
Flo has maybe come back for.
Yeah, well, Katrina's coming back because I think she's done filming her movie, because that's why she was off. She was filming a movie, so she should be coming back. I'm gonna say probably early, I'm gonna say maybe early next year. Yeah. So that's why I said, like, with Wyatt, I have a feeling with the Sally and Wyatt, they're going to have Sally, Steffi, and Liam, while Thomas and Hope. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And then
you heard it here, folks. From Take Two.
We're leaving Wyatt out of the picture.
Well, Wyatt's going to be trying to fight his feelings for Flo.
All right.
I think that's what's going to. I think between Sally spending time over Forrester's and seeing Liam, or whatnot, I think whatever Wyatt does with Flo is going to make Sally go into Liam's direction. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Because you can tell that Wyatt still has feelings or something for Flo when it goes back to the scene earlier this year when Bill, Justin, and Liam said, "Oh, Flo needs to pay for her crimes. What do you think, Wyatt?" And Wyatt was like, "Well, she didn't mean to get caught up in it." And it's like, okay, Flo did this to your family, and you're still defending her. And like Sally asked, do you still have feelings for her? So it's kind of like, all right, Wyatt has been drinking the same Kool-Aid as Liam, Bill, Ridge, Eric, Thorne, all the guys, sorry, and kind of waffling between the two women. Like, okay, you dump Sally for Flo. Flo leaves you, does something, and you go back to Sally. So I think Sally knows Wyatt's not completely over Flo. I think Wyatt doesn't I don't think Wyatt really is over her. So that's why I said I have a feeling that there's no reason. I mean, what else? How else would you explain Sally saying Liam's name? Like, of all people, like, she could have said Thomas. At least Thomas and Sally had a 6-month relationship, and like Sally told Thomas, "I forgive you." Like, I don't know what's going on, but at least, Thomas and Sally was cool. But for her to say Liam, I don't know. Liam, I even tweeted this to Scott Clifton. I said Liam is the new Ridge. I said all the ladies love him.
Just about.
It's true. Just about. Sally kissed him. Sally kissed him. Steffi, Hope, Quinn,
oh Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, though.
He's got. Well, he's still waiting for Pam and
Pam, Brooke,
Bridget to come back, and
Brooke, Shauna, Donna,
Maya.
Oh Lord! There's something
in the water.
Start putting out the milk. I need to put out a what is it? A silver alert? No, that's for the older people. Not an amber alert. I need to put out some kind of alert. If our listeners have seen Maya Forster, last seen, oh God, it's been a minute, with her daughter Lizzie, please contact us. We would like to see Maya on the Bold and Beautiful. And if you have also seen Rick Forrester, last known whereabouts was in Paris, please give us a heads up, because we would like to see him too. Another thing is, Bold and Beautiful, are you going to address why Rick and Maya had a divorce?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I thought that was in planning stages for last month.
I don't know if something behind the scenes happened, or
maybe they haven't found the Rick. I know that Justin Torkelson has been at the studio visiting sometime earlier this year, so I bet you they were talking about it.
I guess we can rule that out. Well, see, I'm going to rule it out because unlike, with Days of Our Lives with Jay Johnson, who I'm so happy is back as Philip, I thought the same thing, too, when I saw Justin. I was like, oh, okay, so Justin's going to reprise the role. But they never followed through, so I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because I think fans are kind of they feel they feel a certain slap in the face, especially the Rick and Maya fans who were so invested and both invested in this couple, and then all of a sudden you say they got a divorce. Like, okay. Without an explanation. So
yeah, we want an explanation.
Yeah, we want answers, people. Don't make some of us get on an airplane and come to California. I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. David would.
Candice would.
I would.
Candice would.
I would get her. If CBS would like to see come out back for a studio tour, I'll be great. Like, so, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, Bold and Beautiful in a nutshell. Like, what will happen? Stay tuned.
Let's stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we stay on CBS?
No, I think we need to hit Port Charles because Port Charles has been on fire lately. Seriously,
it has.
On fire lately.
And we have to address that number one spot.
Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Dreams for GH fans came true because GH did something that they haven't done in over 20 years? Has it been 20 years?
1981 was it?
1981.
Is that Luke and Laura's wedding?
I mean, they had the ratings. I want to say it was around that time frame. Yeah, of 81. It might have been for Luke and Laura. But they tied in the 1849, am I saying that right? 1834 or 1849 women's demo.
I think so.
They tied. Yeah, they tied with Young and the Restless for number one. They increased their ratings to become number one, the number one soap. Not the Nielsen. Okay, let me explain this because some people was like, wait a minute, so does that mean Young and Restless isn't the number one soap anymore? For the week that they were talking about,
Yeah, what is
in
the week?
demo.
I didn't get the week.
So it was okay. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get this. Okay, talk amongst yourself real quick. So it was 2 weeks ago. Okay, it was 2 weeks ago.
All right.
Now here's the thing. I'm going to clear this up right now because some people made a valiant point about this. As we know, in the last 3 weeks, some of the shows have been preempted due to the impeachment hearings. Some shows have been seen on their networks respectfully and because of the time zones, and some has not.
Some have been put on the app.
Right, and some were seen on, like, the regular networks. Again, you know, the time zones, you know, like on Eastern, you know, Western and all this stuff. So here's the deal. That played a huge part in this because CBS soaps was preempted. GH was shown in various, like I said, and days as well on various time zones. Anyway, in the household division, like I said, GH increased their the viewers, you guys, by like over 1,000, like over 100, I think it was. Meaning that they actually tied, again, the household day by day with Young and the Restless. So they tied with Young and the Restless in two key demographics. Unprecedented. I'm going to say this. This is what happens when you have when a network, I got to give ABC credit, says, you know what, we need to change some things around because obviously something isn't working. General Hospital fans have been we've been getting spoiled. I ain't gonna lie, we have been getting spoiled. With Dan O'Connor, who knows the history of the show, he's somebody else who worked with Ron Carlivati and some other people. He has taken it into his job-setting mind, whatever you want to say it, to try to get GH back to the good graces of what GH is. And for us soap fans, we've been saying for years, instead of having new characters come on, we need some of our fan favorites. We got Nicholas Castadon. We got Brooklyn back. Brooklyn Ashley. We said about the younger set. We needed a younger set. And then we got the best gift of all, which is coming next week, unless there's preemptions. Tracy Quartermain, ladies and gentlemen. Jane Elliott, okay?
Yeah, Jane
is coming
Elliott's
home.
coming back.
And we're seeing more, and David, I don't know if you noticed this about GH, we're seeing more family storylines.
Mm-hmm.
We're not seeing what we saw before. I mean, we got stuff that's happening with the Cassadines, in a sense. We're seeing stuff with the Quartermains now. Like, the Quartermains. The Quartermains, David. We're seeing the Quartermains. We're seeing them everywhere you look. It's a Quartermain. The show is they're rebuilding, and they were rewarded. And I must say, I am watching GH more than I am now than I was before. Because I'm like, there's some storylines that I know that Dan and Chris are wrapping up, tying it like this whole Franco Drew storyline. I thought it was going to go on till like 2 more years because, you know, that's how the show's been. But I love the dynamic of having Gotti being the grandfather. Like, I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh, I love that.
I'm like,
when he called himself your step-granddad.
And I was like, okay. I was like, tears. Because I was just thinking, I mean, literally, I think the next move, General Hospital, is can you please address to Cameron who his dad is? Literally, can we do that? I mean, just saying, flashbacks. But no, General Hospital is so good. So let's just talk about it. I mean, I'm actually happy about GH right now. So GH was tied
happy
again.
about it too.
So
you saw me.
What are you liking?
What am I liking? Well, you saw me on Periscope, and and I gotta say, they were both tagged, the show, and they were both tagged when I made my post on Twitter. And they both liked it too. and I like to say that we got two of the most likable characters on there. Yeah. They're new, but once again, Lucky and Liz were new ones.
Yeah.
So two likable characters who are showing a responsibility, and I didn't see it steer this way, but they were using them as a vehicle for good family planning.
Yeah.
And oh my God! And like you saw on my Twitter, it says, who says that you always have to have drama and good storytelling when they were just honest? That was honest emotion.
It was. And the thing is that, and we're talking about Willow and Chase here, is that, first and foremost, those are two characters that, out of the sea of newbies, they actually mesh well in the rotation of GH characters. In other words, they have their own identity, and I think because of the storylines that they were connected to, people did, gel well with them. They weren't really shoved down our throats as much, and they weren't full of drama. They weren't full much of drama. I like them. I do. I think the way I see it is, you're right about the way that there was honest, and the thing is, you do need a couple to be honest instead of the couple that is like full of hopes and dreams and lollipops and rainbows, because that doesn't work sometimes. And in the situation, oh my gosh, I'm still about that baby.
Yeah.
It's good, and you're seeing their growth. Like, Chase has definitely grown since he started.
He has.
And so has Willow. Willow has also, grown too. So I'm wondering, like, I want to know what their game plan is for them on the show as far as story goes.
I'm sure
because these are two promising ones. Oh yeah, especially like when more of the truth comes out, especially about that baby. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a crier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'm sure he's gonna be there for her.
Exactly.
But
I'm
rumors,
actually interested in them.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
But with those
rumors?
little rumors that you say that the Jonah reveal would tear them apart. I did read that was. Did you see something written like that?
I saw something like that. And I have to say, well, do you think they're not going to do it, or what do you think?
I don't think it'll tear them apart because there's still Sasha in the mix.
Right.
Sasha's in there now. So, but it said that Michael and Chase will battle over Willow. And I don't see that because right now he's in love with Sasha. I can't see it now.
First and foremost,
I can't see anyone replacing Chase with her.
Well, here's the thing. I think that they will take a moment to separate because I think Willow is going to need time to adapt and accept what has been told to her, because she's been thinking one thing and it turns out to be a completely different story. So she needs that space, not like a breakup or anything. It's just, and if Chase respects her, which I think he is, he's going to give her that time to just, okay, I'm here for you, but, you need to, like, I can see that kind of thing happening where Willow is like, I just need some time to figure all this out, and if that means just kind of just having that moment to herself. Now, I will be shocked if General Hospital wraps this baby storyline up by mid-January of next year. I think this baby storyline has ran its course. For Michael, here's the thing. I need for GH to give Chad Duell something Emmy-worthy for the following year, because I feel as though as a promising quartermate, and yes, folks, I'm saying this, I've always said Michael needs a setback, and there needs to be a reason for a setback. I feel as though he's unlucky in love, because the thing is with him and Sasha, the actress who plays Sasha, I like her, but Sasha and Michael don't gel at all. To me, I'm just like, why? Like, why? When Michael does find out the truth, first and foremost, I really do think there's going to be a custody battle between Lucas and Michael, which is going to put Bobby, Carly, and everybody that they both love in the middle of it, of the whole thing. I think that Michael, once he finds out he's a father, I'm actually interested in seeing who parenting skills is he going to take from. Is he going to be like Jason in the sense of protecting the child, but at the same time letting somebody else raise the child? Is he going to be like Sonny? Is he going to be even like AJ? Like trying to force this is where it's going to get interesting at, because not only are you going to have Michael with a child, but keep in mind, who is the grandmother? Who is going
Carly.
to dictate, right, who's going to probably dictate how that child is being brought up. But it's going to be an adjustment for her because, she goes from aunt to a grandmother.
Mhm.
And that's why, I want GH to keep remembering that Lucas was a Jones way before. I mean, yes, he is a biological Jerome, but he was raised as a Jones. And
he was raised as a Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to see Michael and Lucas, like how they're going to handle that truth. I want to see how Carly Bobby handles their new reality. And I want to see Michael as I really do want to see who he's going to take after. Is he going to take and I can see Jason talking to Michael. I can see Sonny talking to Michael. I can see Carly. I can see Bob. I can see Monica talking to Michael. And Michael facing this reality of, oh, crap, I'm a father now. Like, what do I do? I'm hoping GH actually tackles it. I would really be intrigued by that. Because I'm trying to think, like, oh, he has Ned. Yeah, that's right, he has Ned. As kind of because I feel as though Ned needs to be now the new voice of reason of the family. Like, he needs to be, not saying that he needs to be taking the spot, but he needs to be like the new Alan Quartermain. Not saying like Alan, but just being like the voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got that happening.
As long.
Let's see, what else?
I don't know. Can you see anyone else with Chase? I can't see them
Brooklyn.
tearing them apart.
Brooklyn.
Oh,
Brooklyn.
well, she's more Dante.
Well,
of course, age doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. Brooklyn was with Nicholas. Let's not forget that, folks, for a split minute.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, we all remember Lucas in Brooklyn for a split second. I mean, real quick, got to Blake. Yeah, it was like back in the day when the last great teen scene happened on General Hospital. You know, when it was Brooklyn, Lulu, Georgie.
Oh,
Georgie. We miss you, Georgie. We miss you. But no, I mean, I can see you guys think about it. We got Brooklyn in the mix with Chase, could be. Sasha. Hey. Chase, I mean, I don't want this to happen. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want this to happen, but if Chase ends up drinking and meets somebody at the bar.
Oh Lord.
Right. I mean, I don't want them to do it, but, you know, let me see. Chase, Lulu. Let's see. Yeah, that's all I got.
So, it's just that I don't want them. What else was nice is Chase's relationship with Michael and how that gelled together.
Yeah.
And you know how that came up. I mean, he even mentioned it today when he was speaking with Nell. He said he almost killed one of my best friends. So that.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I see them both as them fulfilling the brothers that they wish they had.
Right.
Because, you know, because Michael
needs friends because he don't have any. Michael don't have any friends. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, he has nobody.
They both lost their brothers.
Right.
They both lost their brothers in one. Well, Michael lost both of his brothers.
True.
And I think maybe Chase is like a mix of Morgan and Dante together for him.
That means he's gonna like penguins. Okay. All right.
Probably.
No.
But you know, that's how I feel. I mean, I might be alone.
I just feel as though they have a bromance. They have a bromance.
Yeah.
Sort of like, you know, it's the tradition of General Hospital to have that romance where you got the two guys, and then but I do feel as though like Chase, like, and that's going to be another dynamic too. Is once all this comes out, will it affect Chase in a way that he feels like he can't protect Willow? That's why I said, like, I can see them doing something to kind of not really separate them, but to give them time to, like, now adapt to the reality of that wasn't really Willow's child. And that, you know, Willow has to deal with the fact that that her child is really, like, that is going to mess her up a little bit, is that her child that she thought she gave up really died.
Yeah.
And she didn't get to say goodbye. You know, like, that is going to mess with her. If GH writes this right, I see an Emmy nod the following year, not next year, but the following year. I can see something. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can see it. And they don't have to be over the top or anything. It's just an emotional break of, like, I just need time by myself right now to figure everything out. And then Chase is like, well, I'm here for you when you need to talk to me. And then for him to try to fight what he's feeling, because he feels as though he can't protect Willow. At the same time, it's like, all right, what do I do with myself? Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Self-discovery.
Yeah. Exactly.
More or less.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be more self-discovery for him in the sense of, like, here's a woman that he loves who, and we're just talking on the show. I mean, we don't know anything, but if it happens, it happens.
We don't know anything.
Y'all can thank us later. You can thank us later. But if, Willow feels like she needs to be wrapped up in her own emotional ball and Chase can't protect her, then yeah, he is going to feel like I can't protect her from this. She wants to do this on her own. At the same time, my brother has a child and it's making me feel a certain type of way. I can see that happening. Yep. Yeah. That's going to be some good stuff right there, folks.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I can see, like, once the truth comes out, I can see Carly being the one to say it. It's like, oh, my God, I just found out your child is really alive. It's been here the whole time. Lucas and Brad has been raising your child. I can see Carly being the one to snitch.
You think it'll be?
And I think that's
Carly
how it's going to trigger. I think Carly finds out everything. So I feel as though Carly is going to be the one to overhear somebody, a.k.a. Brad, say something, or Lucas mumbling something, or somehow, some way, I have a feeling Carly is going to be the one to find out, and then she's going to probably go to see Nell to get confirmation, and then go to Michael, and Michael's not going to believe her, and Carly's going to take Michael to see Nell, and Carly's going to threaten Nell, and then Michael is going to confront Brad and Lucas.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. Yeah.
Lucas,
I can actually see that. I can actually see that play out.
Do you think Lucas will remember?
No. You got to have some angst
I don't
there.
think.
You have to have some kind of angst, because if Lucas wakes up and he actually remembers that, then I would be shocked that GH would have done that instead of having him
wait it out longer.
Right. I think Dan and them knows that this story has really gone past the due date. Like, the ongoing joke I said was, who is going to find out about their child first? Hope on Bold and Beautiful or Michael on General Hospital? And I said, it's going to be Hope.
It's going to be Hope, and it's been less that long.
Yeah. I mean, GH has this thing where they tell the story, they start the story, they get hung up in the middle, and it drags the end out. And it's like, Lord Jesus, this child's going to be 18 by the time he finds out he's a quarterback. And at first, yeah. And I wouldn't mind them doing it, but the thing is that they missed so many beats that I'm just like, okay, can we just hurry this up and move on to the next part of the story, which is going to be, whose side are you on? You know, if you're Carly and Bobby and Julian and Sonny, you got to think about that too, because you're going to have Julian, who knows. He knows something about the baby, and Sonny's going to probably go after him. So, yeah, you're going to have Sonny, Carly, Bobby, Julian. Might as well throw Ava in the mix after she comes out of the – well, she's already out looking fabulous. So you're going to probably have Ava somewhere in the mix of it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It would be nice, but – Brad, Lucas. I mean, this could be a really big story of 2020 if GH does it right.
Yeah.
But I do stick to what I said, that Carly's going to find out. Somehow Carly's going to find out and tell Michael. And Michael's not going to believe Carly. So Carly's going to take him to Nell. Nell's going to, yep, I can see it all playing out.
Do you see it? The one periodical said that Jason was going to see some similarities.
I think if the show, because the ironic part is today's the anniversary, back in 96, was it 96, 97, that Carly told Tony that Jason was the father of Michael. Yeah, today's the anniversary. I would love it if Jason was, this is the only time I will say this, I wouldn't mind Jason being in the mix of this storyline, considering he does know something about what Michael will be experiencing.
Yeah, because
However,
he
I
was
don't
there
want
more
him
than
to,
Carly was.
right, and not only that, but like I said, like with Michael, like if anybody is sort of, I mean, I always say this, Jason made the ultimate sacrifice too with Michael. AJ is his biological father, and AJ really felt, and I always thought, regardless of how everything, I always felt as though AJ was cheated out being a father to Michael because of Sonny and Jason. So to me, that's why I said, like, I'm interested in seeing whose parenting style Michael is going to take after, if he takes after what AJ wants, but having that trouble to connect. So that's where Jason could come in and say, look, I know how it feels because, with Jake and Danny, and even with you, I felt I was just there. But I couldn't, but I was your father, Like, I want that, see, because that's why I said I'm noticing more with family stuff now. And I would like Jason to do that with Michael. Because Michael is counted, to me, as one of Jason's sons. Let's be real, Jason was there for Michael before Sonny was. And then, I could see Sonny, saying, well, look, like I can see Sonny's going to have some beef with, with Brad and with and Julian, especially Julian. But it's not about them. It's going to be about Michael, Lucas. That's really going to be the story. It's Michael, Lucas, and Brad. So we'll see. But I would like Jason to be a part. I mean, obviously he would have to be a part of it because he would have to help Michael out with the reality of, wow, Michael, you got a son, and you didn't know about him until now. So now this is a whole new world for you. And I would like to see Michael kind of get overwhelmed with it. So we'll see what happens.
And you think he's gonna let Willow in?
I think Willow's going to feel some kind. Well, no, I feel as though because Willow has believed that child was hers, and now it's not, like her child is gone. I can see Michael. I don't know if it would be because of that Willow and Michael, but I think for right now, I feel as though, because it's also going to, carry with Sasha too. Like Sasha's going to be in the mix too, a little bit, and I guess that's how we're going to find out about Willow and Nina. I don't know. I just think I don't think they're gonna like put Michael and Willow together.
No, I don't think. I don't think they mesh well.
I just think. Right. Well, it's not even that. It's just, to me, where the story is heading in my mind. If I was the writer, I would have Willow have that emotional moment where she's like, all this time I thought my child was here, but my child is really dead. And then have Michael, kind of berate, like go after Nell and say, you told me our child died. Like, do you have any idea what that does to me? You told, I can that's why I said Chad Duell. If GH really molds this well, this could be Chad Duell's 2020 for 2021's Emmy reel, because Michael needs to be mad, and not like mad for like 5 days and then all of a sudden, no, I forgive you because I understand what was going on. No. He needs to be, because he's really missed. It's been a year, right? Almost 2 years.
Yeah,
he's
a little more.
Almost 2 years of. Yeah, he's missed 2 years of that child's life, and those are crucial times. He doesn't know what that child's favorite color is, or if he has a favorite color, what his favorite story is. He doesn't know nothing. So for Michael, he's going to have to, like, this could be a really good story if they do it right. Yep.
Yeah, it could.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do. I hope they take a look at that number one there, and I hope it gives them purpose and drive to keep going.
Right. Now, I don't know what the rate is going to be for next week, but, but you're right. I mean,
it's true.
This goes to show you that anything is possible. There you go.
Anything is possible.
Young and Russell's, we're going to talk later, though.
Yep.
So,
when we got
anything else happening?
So we got Nicholas, who needs to think a little more.
Yeah.
He slipped a couple of cogs.
Well, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed right now, but
no.
I can't be, like I said, I'm not mad at GH because they brought back Nicholas Cassadine. But there is some things that I'm just like, okay, I need for Nick to not be such a cartoon. And I need for him to avenge that's something else in 2020. Nicholas versus Valentine. The Cassadines I love the fact that we're slowly building the Cassadines back up. Because now the rightful person to go after Valentine is there. I just need for Nicholas, I'm waiting for the day that Laura sees Nicholas, because I'll probably be crying that day. I need for Elizabeth to see Nicholas. I need for other people to start seeing Nicholas. That's probably where I'm at.
I think you should tune in tomorrow, because I saw on the previews, I swear I heard Curtis say to Laura, I think the person you're looking for is a little closer to home.
Oh, please. See, that's a tease. They're going to tease me with that. Because, no, I'm actually like really looking forward to when Laura finds out.
Yeah, I want to see what this is.
I'm looking forward to when Laura and Lulu. Because I feel as though it goes back to when the psychic told Laura one of your sons is in trouble. And I'm thinking to myself, Laura, everybody in your family has faked the death. You faked the death. Lucky faked the death. Elizabeth faked the death. Nicholas is faked the death. I'm like, Luke faked the death. I'm like, your mama faked the death. So everybody faked the death. But I'm just going to say, like, I just can't wait for when Nicholas is able to breathe. And I'm wondering if they're setting up a who killed, because there's got to be a murder coming up on General Hospital. It's either going to be Valentine or Peter at this point. My money's on Peter, but that's just me.
Peter.
So, yeah, that guy. The guy who, when Anna and him was talking, and Peter was like, yeah, it's just gotten so crowded with me and Maxie and the baby. And I'm like, really? And Anna said, oh, so how do you feel about that? Well, I feel as though, I'm like, really, Peter? Like, okay, GH, look, I know you're doing a lot of changing, but can we just go ahead and just get this over with? I mean, no offense to Wes Ramsey, no offense But Maxie and Peter are not working for me. I don't get it. I will never get it. Peter has become that character that started out with a small purpose, and then they decided to make him have a bigger purpose, and now it's time for him to go.
Pam, I hope you're not listening to this. I know how much Pam likes.
I'm sorry. I think I would have felt differently. I think I would feel different about Peter if they didn't say that he was Anna's son and the way they retconned Anna and Frason's history. I think that is where I can't get on board with Peter, is because if you would have said, because I remember the exact description of when Peter August first came to Port Charles. The character of Peter was going to come to Port Charles and cause a rift between Lulu and Maxie. That was the description. And then when they said that Peter was, I still have my soap opera digest that said Wes Ramsey as Peter. That's what they said, that he was going to come to town. He was going to cause something with Maxie and the magazine, and he was also going to do something with Lulu. And they never did it. I mean, I think they were, but I think, they, changed it up for other reasons. And I think because him and Fiona had history over on Charm, for those who watched the original series of Charm, I don't know if that's the case. I'm just going to make that theory up. But I think, and there's some other things that they decided to do like they did with the character of Nell and Hayden. And they enjoyed the actor, so they tied the character to a character that already existed on the show. And what better person, even though they screwed this up, than Anna. But when they said that she was the mother of Peter, and Peter is older than Robin, that's why I was like, oh, no, sorry, not going to happen. Because they did that before. They tried to retcon Robert and Ethan when they was trying to say Ethan was Robert's son, and Robin said, when were you born? Nope, you're not my brother. I still love that scene when Robin said it. Nope, couldn't have happened. like Robert and Holly were not together at that time. So, and then you're going to retcon Anna and Frason's history by saying that Anna, drugged this guy, and no, we all remember Anna was a virgin when she married Robert. So, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, GH, didn't work. Now, if you would have said that Peter, and I still stick to it, I still say that Alex from All My Children is Robert's mother. All right, so I guess we can. Let's do the time jump. Let's do the time jump. I mixed the words. Jump. I know it's time warp. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be time warp, but it's a time jump. So what do you think? This has been, 3 weeks since time jump?
3 weeks.
How do you like it?
It's very interesting.
Okay.
I'm liking it, and today I got to tell you, I cried, and I cried with Justin and Will.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. So with this being done, I still think Will was set up. I don't think he did it. I think Will thinks he did it.
Okay. Here's where...
I don't want to anyway.
I will agree with you on the fact is that this is where you as a soap fan has to be like, all right, let's stretch our imaginations a little bit. For the shock value of a character, I will still say I think he probably did do it. For the shock of the for me to be like, oh, Will killed Adriana? What? Like, because you wouldn't think Will, even though his parents is who his parents are, but it's just sweet Will kill somebody? And that person is his mother-in-law?
Oh.
Like,
that
wow. Like, right. But you would not suspect Will to do it. So I think he wasn't set up. I think Xander was set up. I mean, not Xander, Lord Jesus. I think Ben was set up. I've said this from the jump. I don't think Jordan is dead. I really don't think Jordan is dead, y'all. In Days of Our Lives, nobody's really dead except for Adriana and Bo, and Daniel. Moment of silence for all three of them. But I don't think Jordan's dead. I think she's somewhere in the Netherlands. I think that they set up Ben because of Sierra.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Will did do what he did. I just think Ben was set up. I do. And now he's going to be lethal injection? Is that it? Is he? Yeah, something like that.
Oh, is it?
Look, I'm thinking, hey, look, because I know he's like what? He doesn't get a parole, like he's on death row. So, yeah. So, yeah. Ron is going to do like he did with Todd Manning, lethal injection.
Oh, and then at the last minute?
In the last minute, somebody's like, no, wait, Ben is innocent. I got proof. And here comes Jordan. Boom.
Oh, God.
If that happens, I read Ron Carver. We all are so fans, but I can totally see it. It's going to be a cliffhanger either on Monday or Friday, right before the holiday break or something, where you're going to hear, everybody's going to, Sierra's going to be like, and Ben is like, I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. And you're going to see Victor and everybody's like smiling or somebody like that. And then all of a sudden, you're going to have somebody come in and says, stop. You got to stop. And they're going to say, who are you? And then they're going to show like a camera pan of somebody's taking a hoodie off, and it's Jordan. Or it could be Rafe, where somebody's going to bring Jordan in and says, stop this lethal injection. And then it's too late. And then it's going to be like, stay tuned for Monday's episode of Days of Our Lives.
Oh, yeah.
Would be really messed up, in all honesty, if that is going to be like the New Year's Eve episode of Days of Our Lives.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
And
they said there was going to be another reveal, so.
Right.
Unless they're going to show Steve that.
Feeling. No, because we already know. Well, okay. If it's going to tie in with Ben, it has to be like lethal injection at midnight, and I can actually see that actually playing out. I don't know anything. This is where Candice creative mind goes sometimes, folks. But I can totally see that. It's that either Sierra, somebody's going to bring somebody in, and whether it's Jordan or not, somehow like. I just have a feeling that's going to happen. Like we're going to find out that Ben was set up, or that somebody's watching from afar, enjoying the fact that Ben is going to get a lethal injection, and it's going to be Jordan. I'm still saying Jordan because I don't believe Jordan died.
I don't. Yeah, I can see that.
Mhm. Just think about the music, the dramatic moment, like when it's exactly like 11:59, and they're gonna be saying, "Okay, the lethal injection," and you, like I said, Sierra or somebody, they're gonna be like, "I love you," but it's like Sierra and Hope, aka Gina, is just like, just looking like, okay, whatever. And everybody, and then all of a sudden, somebody's going to like, stop, we got somebody here who can testify and say that Ben Weston is innocent. And they be like, and who are you? And then it's Jordan. It's like, And then Sierra sees Jordan or somebody, and she's like, no. Thank you. I can do this. I can actually do Days of Our Lives.
You can do it. Yep.
The role of Sierra is now being played by Candice. Thank you. The role of Ben is now being played by Candice. See, Sony, NBC, I can help you save money. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I know fans gonna be like,
one person
to
like, play
no.
2 parts.
Yeah. Sure, I can do the whole show. Why not?
Why not?
Give me all
that's
the
funny.
money. Give me that. Yeah. I can see it. I can totally see it. I can actually see it. I actually now can see that scene play out, and that would be probably your New Year's Eve episode, meaning that you got to wait till January. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, January 2nd to find out if Ben survived or not.
Oh, wouldn't that
Again,
be
if
awful?
there's no. Right. And it would be really messed up if impeachment hearings is on that day, too. That would,
oh, yeah.
but at least, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be worse if that actually was to happen and then the Olympics. And keep in mind, next year, NBC does carry the Summer Olympics. And that's 2 weeks. Can you imagine if they were to do that? Yeah. Can you imagine if that happens and then it was like a 2-week break from Days of Our Lives? People would be freaking out.
They would. You think that would be put on the app?
I doubt it. Then again, yeah, I would say I would doubt it because it would. I mean, unless they got that is a good question too, David. I wonder if they're going to do because like they did a couple of years ago, they took a 2-week break. They didn't really have anything days, but then again, the app wasn't around. So I wonder. That's a good question, David.
It wasn't?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
No,
they
didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. The only thing that they did was when they came back from a 2-week break on Bravo, they had a catch up with Days. And that was when
really?
they had like little and then they stopped it. It was like, really? Like, okay. Yeah. They're going to need to do something, too, when they come back from that 2-week break. Whether if they're going to put the episodes on NBC or when they come back, have like a catch-up with Days, like previously on Days of Our Lives, and now Days of Our Lives. So that is a good question, though. Yeah.
That is a good question.
We should tweet Ron Carvati and ask him that question. Like, okay, dude, what do you got planned for the Olympics? Like, is it going to be on the app? What's going on?
And I'd like to know who decides that.
Well, NBC already has it cleared because I counted, not counting the Olympics, but there's going to be maybe 9 times that Days of Our Lives will be preempted next year. And not news, and it's nothing news thing, but it's like sports and Thanksgiving parade and the puppy bowl and the puppy kennel dog and show thingy.
Yep, that.
Whatever they call it. Yeah. Yeah, the U.S. Open, the French Open, some other stuff. So, yeah. So that is a good question of what they're going to do for the Olympics next year. Yeah.
It is.
Good job, David. So let's see.
You, let's see. YNR.
Let's see.
We'll be quick. Let's see.
Yeah.
And Anthony, where are you?
Anthony is probably like, I'm not even going to talk about Young and Restless because I know Candice got a big mouth and she's going to do justice for every Young and Restless fan out there. So all I got to say is Young and Restless.
Abby taking a chance on love.
I'm so sorry, Young and Restless fans, for saying something about that last year about Abby and Chance. Here's the thing. Okay. start with Abby's character. Here is a situation we have right now. This character is half a Newman and half of an Abbott. Right there, that's trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing with Abby. I like the fact that she is her own person in the sense that she's not working for Jabot and she's not working for Newman. She is actually her own business person. I respect that. She's always been like that. So to Josh, I credit you because, you know, I will never forget when Abby was the naked hair, what was it? The naked, yeah.
Harris.
So for her to still kind of be her own person in the sense of business fashion, okay, I'll give it to you on that. I don't know what they want to do with Abby. I feel as though, okay, you just had her in a relationship with Nate, and you're still kind of, even though Nate gave you the lowdown, like, look, I don't work like that. Like, your dad is not going to control my, you know, your dad almost got me fired from something that I really worked my butt for. It's not like daddy can just give me a job like your daddy does. But now you got her with Chance, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, I liked her with Nate.
Right.
I like her with Chance.
I liked her with Stitch. I like her with Stitch.
I liked her with Stitch.
Right. I don't know how I feel about probably because and I've been waiting for Abby and Chance since Emmy Ryland and John Driscoll played those characters, and that's because I like them on Guy and Light. But with Abby, I just feel as though they really don't know what to do with Abby, and with Chance, I just feel as though like, okay, just put them two together. It's like, okay, Chance, Abby, Abby, Chance. There you go. The new Chabby of daytime, folks.
Yep, the new Chabby of daytime.
Yeah. Sorry, I know.
Oh, and you know what else was missing? Since the impeachment hearings have sort of got in our way, I did not see the Neil's Memorial repeat or Melody's repeat.
Yeah, that was kind of a hard one because it was scheduled for Thanksgiving week, but because the impeachment hearings has made everything out of whack, nobody got to see it unless you went on YouTube. But I think that was kind of. I will say this: I'm glad to see that we saw the Peter Bergman one, which was really good. Josh, I will give you credit because that's something you do is the tributes. I must admit to that. But yeah, with the Jack stuff, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
The flashbacks, like just the fact that Peter has been on the show for 30 years and we all remember day one.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like I remember that. I'm like, look at the hair, look at the wardrobe. I'm like, oh, John Abbott. I'm like, here's him and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Good times. Good times.
Good times.
Him and Phyllis. Him and Nikki. Him and the way he treated his siblings. Like, I actually saw somebody said, oh, now we understand why Ashley went after Jack. Because Jack always used that clause of her not being an Abbott to his advantage. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, that was Jack's game. It's like, if Ashley wanted to be a part of Jabot, oh, no, you can't be because you're not a real Abbott. And I have it in this contract stating that. And you will do what I say because you're not a true Abbott. So, yeah. I actually enjoyed that episode. But, yeah, but, I mean, with Young and Restless right now, we got everything a little bit everywhere. Literally every.
We got a little bit
everywhere.
Everything. One thing that they didn't touch on, and maybe they're touchy about, is that Jack had a son with a Vietnamese woman. I remember. Do you remember Chemo?
I remember chemo. Okay, so so this is kind of a touchy subject on the sense that the day that aired, the Peter Bergman tribute aired, people was like, they wondered if they were going to show chemo because apparently chemo is like Bobby Martin. You ain't hear from him ever again when he went up the steps. And for those who don't know who Bobby Martin is, go on YouTube or anywhere and ask all my children fans. They'll tell you. The thing is that I do wish Young and the Restless would acknowledge that Jack does have a son out there. You know, I joked and said that Chemo was really Sam's biological father, and people was like, well, who's Sam? And I said, Kane's son that he had with Juliet. And everybody's like, what? I was like, yeah. I said I had a whole story planned out with that, and they didn't do it, but whatever. You know, Peter Bergman has kind of been like skipping. I mean, there's been rumors of things and whatnot, but Peter said, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to get in trouble for it regardless. So he knows.
He did say it was a little non-Jack.
Yeah, here's the thing. Peter Bergman knows that fans are kind of up in arms about this, and I think because Peter Bergman's not on social media, so that tells you people, even though he's not on social media, he still hears about it. I think it's something that he's not, and this is just me saying it, that he's not too 110% about revisiting, but I also think he does acknowledge that is, you know, it is a factor, you know, with this character. So I don't know why they don't acknowledge chemo. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I do wish they would. I do wish they would acknowledge him, you know, once in a blue moon, like saying, hey, like him coming home or, you know, like surprise. And that could be some good angst.
Angst for Kyle.
Well, not only for that, but for Jack as well. Like, you neglected this person for so many years, and now, you know, here he comes. Like, you already got enough drama in the Abbott household, so, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see what else is going on that show. Oh.
Got to make a quick one.
Yeah, last Tuesday, Wednesday was the Blackout episode, and I will credit who. Look, here's the thing: it wasn't written by Josh. This wasn't written by Josh. It was written by a great soap writer named James Harmon Brown. And if anybody who is a soap fan knows that person's name, let me just break it down to you. He wrote the famous Loving Murders, which is my favorite storyline of all time. Him and his wife, who passed away, Barbara, they wrote the Dynasty. Oh my God.
We gotta end it, Candice. We're on a minute.
Okay. Young and the Restless, you got to do better. There's some holes in the show. You need to do something because these shows are catching up to you and becoming number one. You need to do better. You have the cast. Joe well. That's all I got to say.
Okay. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks or maybe less.
Yeah. Who knows?
Until then.
Up tomorrow.
Yep, we could.
Yeah. Why not?
Until then. We'll see you soon. Happy holidays.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit TakeTwoRadio.com.